This video is just a quick review of the similar triangles Socrative that I set over the last couple of days. I'm going to focus on the 3 questions that caused the most difficulty. And I'm starting with question 4, which gave you a diagram and a statement that these triangles are similar and asked you to choose true or false. Now you can see in this diagram there's a number of lengths given for sides, but they actually aren't necessary at all in terms of determining if these triangles are similar. You can do that by simply focusing on the angles involved. So first of all, these 2 angles are definitely equal because I've got vertically opposite angles. And I also note that in my diagram I've got 2 parallel lines. And so those parallel lines let me know that I can use the rules for angles with parallel lines. For example, I can see that I can draw this Z shape here, which means that this angle and this angle are equal under the alternate angles rule. And this is also true for the remaining pair of angles. And since I can match up all 3 angles in the top triangle with angles in the bottom triangle, that tells me the 2 triangles are similar, so my response should be true. Okay, next off was question 6, and in this question I have 2 triangles, triangle CED and the triangle CBA, and I'm told in the written part of the question that AB is parallel to DE, so I've marked that into my diagram and I want to find X. The first thing that I'm going to do is just check to see if the 2 triangles are similar. Well, I can see that they both share this angle here at C. And I can also see that I've got parallel lines, so I can use my corresponding angles rule to state that these 2 angles are equal. And these 2 angles are equal. So I definitely have similar triangles. And once I know that I have similar triangles, and I'm trying to find a missing piece of information about a side, it's probably a wise idea to draw the 2 triangles separately on the page. So what's nice in this case is that the 2 triangles are already facing the same direction, so there's no rotation required. And I'm just going to fill in what information I have about their sides. So I'm looking at the smaller triangle, first of all, the triangle EDC. Well, I know that ED is 7 and DC is 15. And then looking at the larger triangle, well, AB is 11. Now just take care, when I'm writing an AC, AC is all the way from here over to here, so it's the X and it's the 15. I can write that as 15 plus X. Now, because I know that the 2 triangles are similar, I can make my fractions to find my unknown. So I can say, for example, 11 over 7 equals 15 plus X over 15. Now I just need to do a little bit of cross multiplication to figure out my X. So my 15 is going to go up and multiply. My 7 is going to go up and multiply. And that's going to give me 15 by 11 and 7 by 15 plus X. And then just go to the calculator and multiply it out. So you're going to get 165 equals 2. So 7 by 15. It's 105 plus 7x. And then it's simply a question of just solving that short algebra equation. So 165 take 105 equals to 7x. That's going to give me 60 equals to 7x. So x equals 60 over 7, off the end of the page there, or as a decimal, with a little bit of rounding, 8.57. And so here's question 11 then. These triangles are similar. Again, it's a true or false question. So I want to have a look at my diagram and see, can I figure out if the angles in the 2 triangles match up. So let's see. I can definitely say that these 2 angles, this angle in the triangle DBC and the triangle EAC, I should say, are the same because it's a shared angle. I can see that these 2 angles, AEC and BDC, are definitely equal because they're right angles. And then of course I can simply say that the 3rd angle must be the same if the first two angles match. So those two angles must be the same. And since all three sets of angles match up, the triangles must be similar. So the answer is true. In an exam question, you'd be asked to prove that they were similar, and so you'd need to make the set of statements that prove that. Now, what I would suggest doing at this stage is just pause the video, try and write those statements down, draw your conclusion, and then in a moment unpause the video and you'll see my version of that on the screen. So prove that the triangle AEC and the triangle BDC are similar. So I want to write my three statements. And so here's how that proof would look if you were doing it in an exam setting.